Hi all and welcome to TCM Education. In this chapter we want to focus on the setup that you want to prepare on your desktop. Mainly this video is going to be for beginners. Of course I won't mind anybody else watching, but talking basics here. So what do you want to see as a beginner? And again, due time, you're gonna find your own nuances and arrange your desktop according to your preferences. But basically, what you want to see, you know what? First, I will start. How is my setup built? I'm trading mainly. I used to trade with 4 large screens. Let's see. That's not necessary if you are a beginner. This presentation now takes into account only 229 Samsung large flat high quality large screens. There will be a picture in the description below. Being that the quality, if I spread the video over 2 screens, is going to be marginal, I won't show the full 2 screens, but I will explain how it works. And it's going to be very, very simple. But the main thing that you want to see is your candidates. What are your candidates for trading? So you want to see many symbols. Some of them will be relevant, others are not. But with simple process and preparation, you will be able to focus on what's the right place to be trading. So let's first start with at least one execution box. In this case, you can see it here. Let me highlight it. Hold on a second. This is my execution box, and this is the time and sales. Here I decide what stock I want to trade, and the quantity, the type of order. Here I see the executions price and size running. And here I decide, like I said before, on the type of order. And of course I have an attached here the chart that I'm looking before entering a trade. And it can be a market order, a limit order, a stop order. That's not the topic right now. On top of that, okay, I want to see in front of my eyes what are my current positions, and if I have working orders, meaning stop losses or new orders that are about to execute. Obviously, if you are a day trader and you're starting fresh, this list is going to be empty, and you're going to have an addition charts that you want to, of course, observe. But before we'll go into the charts that you want to observe, first of all, let's decide on the process. So the process is as follows. First, you want to start at least 15 minutes before the market opens. So if the market opens, and 99% of the time will open at 9:30, actually 100% of the time at 9:30. Yeah, even on holidays it goes from 9:30 to 1 in certain holiday dates, but never before 9:30. So 9:30 until 4 p.m. 99% of the time, and twice a year from 9:30 until 1 p.m. Okay, so you're coming in 15 minutes before, and this is your routine. You want to know first, that's super important, if there are news intraday and what were the news or important news pre-market. So if there were news pre-market like employment news, you want to be aware of that. Okay, if there is intraday news like maybe a FOMC meeting which is happening intraday, or some manufacturing news, or oil news, or oil inventories news, or basically any important news that are coming intraday and may disrupt your flow and trading, you want to be aware of that. And I will post a link to this type of news, and I'm using one typical news source, which is Forex Factory for that. You can choose many others. Okay, this is all my news and links will be obviously free, and I have no business with them whatsoever. So Forex Factory for important pre-market news, all related to the US equity markets and financial markets, and intraday news, which only relate to the US equity market, so there aren't that many. But you need to be aware if there are news at 9:45, maybe at 10, maybe at 10:30. Obviously, the most important piece of news is the FOMC meeting that takes place once a month, 10 times a year, I think. I don't think it's 12 times a year, 10 times a year, but it's at 2 p.m., so you don't want to be surprised. Okay, that's super important. Then you want to know what type of stocks are reporting, or reported already earnings, because the report is happening either before the market opens or after the market closes. Either way, the result of the Apple reporting will be traded in the morning after. So Apple normally reports after the bell. Let's say it was on Wednesday, and the Thursday morning at 9:30 investors will start trading, not including the pre-market and post-market price action, which I'm not going to discuss right now. Okay, that's a totally different topic and does not apply to beginners. So I want to know, how can I get the list of those stocks that are reporting? And again, very simple. I'm using a super easy to access a link from nasdaq.com. That link lists the stocks that are reporting according to a market cap order. So if Nvidia has 3 trillion of market cap, it's going to be first on the list. And if a stock has, let's say, for example, I don't know, S has $500 million market cap, it's going to be in the second page or the third page. So you want to first mainly look at 3 or 4, no more than that. Okay, as a beginner, no more than 3 or 4. Okay, because there are plenty of other ideas where you can gather information for trades. So you have the news, pre-market, and intraday. You have 4 or 5 stocks that are reporting earnings that you can add to your charts or maybe to your list. And on top of that, there is a list. Here I call it my default list. Let me point it out. This is my default list. And my default list includes the most important stocks and ETF in the US equity markets. For example, I have on my list here Tesla and ExxonMobil and the energy sector, and MRK from the healthcare sector, and Walmart from retail, and the ETF of QQQ and General Motors and JP Morgan, obviously Nvidia, and Apple and Baidu and Alibaba and Nike and PayPal and the S&P. So Amazon, of course, Google and Berkshire Hathaway. 30 or something symbols that are listed here in this list, and I can sort it according to the change of percentage, or the percentage change. And so immediately I know which stocks, when the market opens, is very weak and which stock is very strong, and maybe set up preferences to buy the strong ones, or look at the chart, obviously, not buy without looking at the chart, and then set up preferences to maybe short the weak ones. Always I'm looking at the SPY. What happened in the SPY? Is the SPY down more than 0.5% or up more than 0.5%? If the number is above 0.5%, something happened in the pre-market. I want to know why. If something happened and it's down more than 0.5%, always it's also happened in the pre-market, and there are so many sources. I'm using either CNBC or Yahoo Finance, and you can use many other sources for news pre-market. You want to know at a conceptual level. You're not really interested what happened. You want to know a brief of what happened, because it will have nothing to do with your day trading. You may trade a stock long when the market is moving down and be successful, or short a stock when the market is moving up, just because this is your strategy, to focus on the weakest stocks or the strongest stocks if they have a certain technical intraday pattern. And if you have other strategies, that's fine as well. On top of that, so already you have so many sources for potential trades. You have a list which is called on some platforms gainers losers, other call it the top 30 or top 20. Those are the stocks that have certain prerequisites like volume, in terms of volume and price that you can set, and you will choose maybe to long. In this example I'm just showing you just for OXM is down 7.9% in the pre-market, and I want to look at this chart. Okay, OXM, what happened? Why is it down 7.9%? Is it because of earnings? Maybe it was downgraded. Maybe it just had something happening there, and maybe I want to short this stock according to my criteria, or maybe I want to buy a TAN for whatever reason. Actually, TAN is an ETF. Let's go with ExxonMobil. Maybe I want to buy ExxonMobil because oil prices are moving higher, or whatever reason. But anyway, this is another list of another, I would say 30 to 50, maybe more, depends on your broker. So up front, we have a lot of candidates in terms of where our next trade or the first trade will come from. Then we want to look at charts, because not only because we are the Charts Maverick, but because the decision where to enter the trade is not based on our whim. You want to look at the chart. Okay, so at the open, as you can see, the charts are black, and when the market opens, the charts will start to fill, and after 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, okay, you start taking trades according to a technical pattern, or maybe according to other criteria that you're looking for. We are suggesting that you look for a technical pattern, and here on my platform here with two large screens, I have only 8 charts. But if you add more screens, you can look at maybe 20 charts. Okay, I don't suggest as a beginner that you look at 20 charts. I think 6 charts of stocks and 2 charts of additional ETFs like the S&P 500 or maybe the Nasdaq are enough for you to start trading and seeing the right things. So if you on my screen right now you see only 2 charts, it doesn't mean that I don't have another 6. I just cannot project them because the video resolution on YouTube is horrendous. So here it is, 2 more charts. I have 2 more charts to the left. You can see them, 2 more charts, and 4 more charts to the right, and that makes 6 charts of individual stocks. In this case today I'm looking at the beginning at CMG, TSLL. That's only a matter of preference right now. An example, looking at Delta, looking at the S&P 500, looking at Citigroup, looking at VKTXY because it's on the gainers losers list, looking at the URGNY because it's on the list, and looking at Oracle because it reported earnings and had a beautiful gap up. So overall, my preparation here, as I said, doesn't need to take more than 15 minutes. Now at the beginning maybe it will take more, but if you're coming from work, if you need to relax before entering and trading, the best thing to do is to, don't come in and start trading out of the blue without doing this 15-minute preparation. You can easily find your way into trading after 5 p.m., after 5:30, even after 6. Just do the right preparation, prepare yourself, know exactly where you're heading into the trading day, and don't get surprised by intraday news, by stocks that reported earnings and you're not even aware what's going on. So great preparation or good preparation is simply essential. Okay guys, thanks a lot for being here with us on this video, and we'll see you on our next one. Please like and share if possible.